Welcome to another episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer, and today we are on location in Mesa, Arizona. I had to think about what city we were in. We drove through like
Still
five
Mesa.
to get here. But we are in Mesa, Arizona at the MAF Podcast Studios, Menace Underground. Where we're at, we are literally underground.
Yeah.
We had this discussion last time.
We
We
did.
did agree that
Yes.
we are literally underground.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of rare in Arizona because in
Yeah.
Arizona it's not common to have downstairs.
Yeah. Like subterranean, like below. Yes.
Again,
Okay,
same
so-
thing, different words. We went through this the last time
Yes,
we
we
discussed it.
did.
All right, let's get into another deck. It's another one that is hermetically sealed. It is the Icebreaker Deeper Talk deck. There are a couple of these decks that were Icebreaker ones, so we'll see what it is. This one says,
Icebreaker Deeper Talk?
yeah, this one says, developing strong friendships or relationships requires vulnerability. Vulnerability.
You got it.
Yeah, okay. But sometimes it's hard to know how to share the deep parts of ourselves. It's so easy to develop surface-level relationships with surface-level conversations. But those kinds of relationships can feel somewhat empty because they're on the surface.
Because they're on the surface.
So I'm going to slide that one across to you. You can break that one open,
Okay.
which I tried while you were out of the room and could not get it to work.
It's okay. I got it.
Yep, I'm stalling.
Everyone loves to watch me open a box
Yeah.
because it's so interesting.
Okay, so let's see what we got here.
More color cards.
There's 150 prompts in here. This one has categories that are dreams, life lessons, exposed, courage, beliefs, and self-awareness.
Okay, I'm going to pick this one.
Okay. It says it's exposed.
Oh, leave it to me to pick up the interesting ones. Uh-oh.
This is a good one.
Okay.
This is a good cross business one. Not just this one's not really relationship related. This is more of
Broad
a
spectrum.
yeah.
Oh.
Where in your life are you lazy, and what's your excuse?
Oh,
Oof.
you go first.
I go first.
Okay,
This
I
is
don't
my
know.
stall tactic. I tell you what it is. Okay, so
Lazy.
here's how it
Okay,
works.
good. All right.
If I read the
All
card
right.
to you to ask you the question, then that means that you have to start, so I get to delay
Okay,
answering the
all right.
questions. I get to think about it to sound like I'm super smart. Because guess what, people? There is no prep on this show. The deck was completely sealed, and we
Yeah.
grabbed a random card.
True.
Do you need the question
Okay.
again?
What's the question again?
Where in your life are you lazy? That's the first part. And what's your excuse?
Okay. I need to continue organizing our house and purging, and sometimes I'm just mentally overwhelmed by it. That's probably my excuse. Sometimes my approach to tasks is like an all or nothing, and that's not the best thing, I'm sure. So my friends have helped encourage me just do little parts at a time, because it gets to be a lot when I have to do all the things, and and I'm driving less now because I've got another driver in the house who can do the things. And for me, it's hard to restart a task. I'm not saying this is a good, proud. It's a flaw. It's a character flaw. So I like to do all or nothing. So sometimes I'm like, because otherwise for me it just doesn't feel like rewarding. And so I've changed it now to where I try to do a smaller. But sometimes if I can't do the whole thing, I'm like, it's for nothing. Because then it just gets messy again, because we have a lot of people in our house and they don't care. They don't care what it looks like. And so if I can't get to it, I'd rather do something that seems more important, like doing laundry, because people need to not be naked. So for me, sometimes I minimize the tasks. So
Unless you're a nudist commune.
which we're not.
Okay. So I
So-
guess that we actually have to have clothes on.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. So for me, it's
So why would you say you're lazy in that area? Is it because you don't care about it, or
no, it's not at all that I don't care about it. I care about all of it, but sometimes it's just too mentally overwhelming to feel like I can complete the task with my 100% that I like to do. I like to be 100%, and so if I can't complete it 100%, for me it feels worse than before I started. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's how I feel inside. I feel like I've failed at the task if I cannot complete it at 100%, and I feel worse than before I started. So I don't know how to overcome that. That's something I'm still working on. So that's what it is for me. It's not right, it's not good, but that's what I'm trying to overcome.
You could always go with my approach.
I don't think your approach is right either because okay.
Well, we should tell them what my approach is.
Yeah, but I don't like your approach.
But we can still share it.
You can still share it. I don't like it.
Okay, well.
And I'll say why I don't like it when he's done.
So my approach is just to get the trash can out and just to throw it all away and you're done. That's my approach. Well, okay, we have a moment of silence here. So say a prayer for me at home tonight.
It's not even like that. No, because then you've tossed something that someone else can use. I'm all about if somebody's in need of something and I have something useful, I'd rather give it to them than throw it away.
Okay, so where in my life am I lazy? I would say where I'm lazy at is things that I give absolutely zero shits about.
Like what? That's vague.
Like what?
Yes, because that's a vague answer. Mr. Don't give vague answers. What's a more specific answer?
Well, you'd have to bring up a scenario, because if I
like
just don't,
what?
I don't know, because it'd have to be something that.
You came up with your answer. You must have something in mind for you to answer like that. You have to.
Wow, I'm getting the 12th degree here.
Well, but for real, you had something pop into your head for you to make that answer. It's not a random answer. You had something pop in your head.
Right now, where I'm at in my life is that if I don't feel like it's going to move the needle forward on my dreams and goals, then I probably just don't care about it. And I'm just going to be lazy about it and just not do it. Does that make sense? That's a lot of silence.
Well, because I'm trying to process.
My excuse for it would be that I don't feel that it's moving the needle forward. But it would have to get down to, I would actually have to have the scenario come up in order to say, yep, that right there, that's something that I don't care about, that I'm going to be lazy about. And I'm doing it subconsciously, because you know that I work off of task. So if it's not on my task list, then it's not something that I currently care about. I know that sounds cold, and I'm talking about most things that are business related.
Well, okay, let's take it not business related.
What am I lazy about?
Yeah.
Where in your life are you lazy?
Yeah,
What's your
don't make it
excuse?
business related. Because this is a personal deck. What's a personal idea?
I don't know. Does it say personal? It just says friendships and relationships.
Yeah, well, that's friendships and relationships. That's not business.
The struggle
Personal.
of coming up with an answer on the go. Where in your life are you lazy and what's your excuse? There's things that I want done that my struggle at the moment is figuring out how to get them done. So it would be like organizational stuff.
Yes,
I want it done, but my struggle at the moment is trying to figure out where to put it into my schedule. So I guess I would be lazy about, like, I want bedroom and different rooms. I want them organized.
Totally, but I don't know how to get there.
I want them organized to the point to where there's like virtually nothing
I agree.
there.
Right.
Like I don't give a crap about stuff anymore.
Right.
So because of that, I'm like, it can all go. But it's not one of those things to where I guess I could look at it from your standpoint and go, you just don't want to throw it all away.
Right.
I understand that because I deep down will go, I also agree, because sometimes it can go to Goodwill or wherever. It can go to somebody that needs it.
Literally anyone in need in the community. We've got a feed on our thing where it's just a free thing, or someone posts a need that they have. And so there was something that really literally could have gone in the trash. And I was like, oh, but I know, I waited one more week. I'm like, someone's going to need this. And if I can remember specifically what it is in a minute.
I'll give you one.
She come up, I'm like, I have this. I'll put it outside right now.
Okay, so I'll give you one right now, what I need to do. I've lost so much weight. I've lost 55 pounds in the last couple years. I have, majority of my closet is stuff that doesn't fit anymore.
Right.
Yet I'm not spending the time to go through it and get rid of stuff.
Right, and some of the things we have to do is just a domino. Once we kick over the first domino, the rest will start to fall in place.
Right, and I'm like, there's other things I'd rather do at the moment. Like I don't have.
Well, that's just it.
I don't have a
it's
good
not
excuse.
Important.
I don't have a good excuse, but my downtime right now, I'd rather watch a Hallmark movie.
Well, I'm like that too, because sometimes I'm just I'm overwhelmed, and I just need to
Well, because I think the thing is right now is if you look at my schedule and how I run it and the amount of activities I'm trying to cram into it, trying to launch a couple books in the next couple months.
Right.
Obviously doing the podcast, dealing with clients and client acquisition, scaling my business. That's just 5 things right there that I named that are all priority items. Well, where do I find the space, the time to do these other things?
Right.
That's the issue I'm dealing with right now is a lack of time because these are all priority things. These are all things that move the bar forward.
Yeah.
So I do like the fact that recently we had a friend of yours come in and go through stuff and purge. And
yeah, even
do
though
whatever.
it's made a little bit of difference, and it's especially like the kitchen, the cooking stuff, that was like huge.
Yeah, but it was like
But you don't see it because it's in the cabinet.
right. But I wasn't going to do it.
Right.
But it needed to be done.
Right, but she's able to help me sort so I can get forward with that task. Like sometimes I just need to stew on it because I have a natural problem solving ability, but sometimes I need to like work on it, and I might come up with something and go, oh, that doesn't work. I don't like that, and then I got to go back and mental like process task it.
So I guess we're very similar on where our struggle is right now is that it has to go with organization and purging of stuff because the problem is you accumulate a lot of stuff through your formative years into adulthood to where you get to a point to where like all of a sudden you take a look back and you go, none of this shit matters.
I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, none of it matters. It's like I don't want to collect anything.
Yeah.
I don't want knickknacks because knickknacks have to be dusted.
Yes.
I'm like, I'd rather have just
Less.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's now transitioning to less and just figuring out what that looks like. So we'll get there. It's just, I think for both of us, it's just happening way more slowly than we want it to. So that there's frustration in that too.
Well, so when we get into the episode of goals for the next year,
Yeah.
then maybe that's something we put down as a goal.
Yeah. We might have to just break it down. We may, what we may have to do is we may have to both pick one task. Like maybe if we both work on your shirts, because that was the reason for me taking that one rack upstairs, figuring you could shift shirts to there, we can wheel it out and go.
Oh, there's stuff on the rack though, so I don't know.
Yeah, because it came from the rack. No, that's that, but that's what that's for. We'll decide the rack will be easy to decide.
Okay.
So it's process. It's just we both don't have enough patience sometimes to execute the task. So there's that.
Yeah, because if it doesn't say Menace or Dad's Rules on it anymore, I'm pretty much not going to wear it. I mean, obviously the sports,
for you, yes.
For the sports stuff, I'll wear it to a sport event, but it's like, do I
Even
really?
some of that, I'm going to pare down way. I'm going to go down
I
to
agree.
like 2 things because I'm like, I don't wear this, I don't wear this, I don't wear this.
I agreed. Same thing with that. I'm like, I don't need all that.
Yeah.
And then like concert T-shirts. The good news is most of them can go because they're too big anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have
so it's
so
like
many that are
those
just not
can
going to
go
look great.
on eBay or whatever. So I look at that stuff. I'm like, yeah, that can. If it doesn't fit, it's like, what the hell's it doing in my closet, kind of thing. And I don't have any intention of getting big again, so I just don't need it.
No, and as I size down, I'll be getting rid of some stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
anyway.
yeah, there's that.
So that was our question of the day. Where in your life are you lazy, and what's your excuse? So that will wrap up this episode. If you liked it or hated it, please leave a review, comment, share. Friends and enemies alike, like we always say, they need it as much as you do. Until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be.